Alrighty, welcome back here to the RDN Roller Show. We are live here in El Paso, Texas. RDN HQ. We have moved officially from Denver to Texas. I am accompanied by my co-host on the East Coast in Philadelphia, Anthony Merrigan. Welcome to the show.
What's up? That's the first time you've called me Anthony ever.
Yeah, dude.
So
How do you like that
I
intro?
I don't know. It's I like that was I mean you came out of the gates
I did. I
solid.
tried to go for a little old old radio, kind of just like a
Oh
radio,
yeah.
you know?
Well, it
Calling
sounded like
in
you were
live.
announcing
KPI rocks the Rockies. We got to call her in.
sounded like you were announcing like a 1950s baseball game. I love it.
You ever like watch the hockey ones? Like the
Yeah, oh yeah.
1950, like the 1940 or whatever, like and he gets the puck. He's crossing the red line.
Yeah,
He
do
passed it
it, dude.
across.
Yeah, it's Hewitt. He's a goat. So
All right. Well, hey, let's get into it. We're back here. It's officially roller season. It's May. What, May like 22nd, May 21st. We've had our first pro tournament as well too through the roller season, the Colorado Cup, worth 10K, which is pretty cool. To I guess you could say not get out of the way, but you already got one pro roller tournament out of the way, and a cash winners as well too.
yeah, I mean, pretty decent sized cash prize for like a first time pro tournament, right? With like
Yeah,
teams coming in and stuff. So kudos to those guys. And I mean, everyone we spoke to said it was ran amazingly. So, good way to start out the roller season. And was in your old backyard. So I'm
the
sure
old
you were.
barn, Parker, Colorado. Yeah.
What
So
a sweet.
we do have Vince Free on the pod. Their team was there, Labeda Freez, and he'll get into it and he talks about it. But definitely, it's a great barn to have a tournament at, and had a lot of great competition. Champion Willers was there, Phoenix team was there, the Demon Dogs they joined with the Fire, and then there is who else was there? They also had the tugboats as well. They're the reigning champions of that as well. So it's actually a really good, decent size and great for Colorado hockey. Just to get more pro teams going through there as well too.
Yeah. And from what you said, like, Colorado hockey's been like weird the past couple of years. There's in like previous pods we've talked about it, so it's good that there's something like at least pretty steady at this point. Looks like they're gonna try to continue with as well. And know about Parker. Know what I miss? I missed the little breakfast burritos with the green chili sauce in it. Those things were a bomb, dude.
Oh,
For
they
like
had those up front, huh?
yeah, for like it was like egg.
Santiago's.
It was like egg sausage cheese with like yeah, the green chilies. Like they were banging.
Yeah,
Like
Colorado loves their green chili, dude.
it's bad. It's awesome. I fell in love with them. So, but yeah, it is a sweet facility. And they did a good job. Like we talked when we interviewed them, they did a good job with like their content creation of it, right? Like
Yeah,
making sure
absolutely.
videos every day, updates, things like that. So, and like even small things like fixing the live stream, right? That stuff big. Like
Huge.
yeah, so like it got way better and that's stuff you learn over the tournament. Now they know next time going into it, hey, this is the way to do it. And it's all about growth. And yeah, it's awesome that like you said, it's gonna help with Colorado, like the local Colorado hockey scene. So that's what's most important. Like we need to do something like that out here because we have like Narches and State Wars. We're fortunate that they're coming through to here because we have a good two rink facility in Marple and a close rink nearby that's a shithole to be honest, but like at least it's close by so you can host a bigger tournament. But it's cool that you got something there at least at this point for the local boys.
Yeah, well, and more than that, it's kind of early into the season of rollers just starting. A lot of teams, players are kind of itching just to play. Some guys are getting done with ice where they can make that as well too. And if you can win a quick 10K, to start off your summer and pay for your trips, why not, right?
A bad deal. Yeah.
Yeah. But even like more than that, like getting into so first, I guess if we're gonna talk about the Colorado Cup, we kind of gotta say like who won the tournament. So yeah, Labeda Freeze ended up winning. I believe it was 6-1, 6-2 over
Yeah.
Champion Willers.
Yeah.
So yeah, they ended up winning, which Champion Wheelers came out with a great team. They've been together now, the Wheelers, probably about 3-4 years. They've been playing
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
A lot of ice guys. Tyler Sheetland, from Arizona, played for Arizona's ACHA team. He's a stud. But yeah, he's really kind of growing I mean, really, they're just their team.
Yeah.
And they've done a great job going to March. They've came to Colorado 3 times now. They came to the Mile High Showdown as well too.
Yep, they did. And they were super appreciative dudes too. So it's
They're
and like
beauties.
Yeah, you're getting like a lot of guys getting off that ice season. They're like, all right, when can I get on the tile? And it was nice that it was early. And the other thing that's nice about it, it's away from like the other tournaments. So like it's a little bit of a break where you're not like feel like you're back to back to back. So they got in first, which is good and was smart by them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This weekend, I mean, you want to talk about legends we got coming up this weekend?
Yeah, so we have Legends coming up this weekend, and they're, where they've been the past few years in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
I've never
Um,
been to, it's an ice rink, right? They
yeah, Big
converted
Boy
to
Arena,
roller.
yeah. And I
I know
think,
they had NCRHA nationals there
yep,
1 year.
yep. And I think are they doing the Maiwa thing there right now, or Maiha, not Maiwa, Maiha thing? Is that where that's being played right now? I thought I saw a clip of it.
They play them a lot of all places, but a lot of it's in Taylor, Michigan.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the big thing with Legends is they have like really huge like youth divisions, right? Like there's everything from I think the earliest is 10U, 12U, 14U, 16U. There's two tiers of 16U. This year they have 35 plus D1, tier one pro, tier two men. So like ton of stuff. And like you're looking at the pro, like you got the Burks from Buffalo, Hackett from Buffalo, Height, you got Hodge, you got Kai has a team in there, and Okada always steady has a team in there as well. So they have six teams, and it's usually you have like a good pro line, and then all the guys who you draft, which is cool. It's different.
And
They
when does the draft go? Draft's like what, a couple days before, day before, or what?
Usually the day before you play, like the night before you play. I've never played in the summer one. I've only played in the winter ones. Because it's always on Memorial Day weekend, which is tough for us back here. But yeah, but you do the draft the night before. There's usually like a skate and an evaluation, and then you kind of pick your play
Dallas is up
there.
4-3.
Yeah, this is crazy period. They were down 3-1 at the beginning of the period.
I
But
know.
um
That is one really cool thing about Legends. I know, sorry, George, I know we forgot to add Legends on our, the summer roller graphic. We
that's fun.
remade one, we put it up there. I apologize. We do like Legends, and I really love the concept.
Yeah,
Uh,
super.
Two things that I really think is cool about it is one, the jerseys. It's just they're out there, right? And they're just different. They're unique. They're really cool. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't, but most of the times they do. Like most times they're pretty sick. So that's the one thing that I love too. And the draft process. I love the draft. I think it is fun. It gives a chance for players to play with different players, right? And it's good for younger players to give a chance to prove themselves if they get drafted on a team where it's like, hey, maybe you get to play with like an Okada or a Bennett or
Oh yeah.
an older pro player. We're like, hey, like this guy's a good player to look at in the future. So
Yeah. And I did have a dash one there as well. It's in Fraser, Michigan. My bad. I don't know why I said
I
Kalamazoo.
got Big Boy Arena. It's in Big Boy Arena,
Yeah.
and then also this weekend they have the Coyote Cup. I believe it's for the youth division. Um, and then we get into it after that. You got Wish Cup coming up, and you got the East Coast SummerSlam as well the following weekend. Wish Cup's also always a huge tournament. The last really 4 or 5 years, honestly. Colby does a really tremendous job at
Yeah.
building that tournament and kind of creating its own pathway and roller, and that's what he's done a really good job at too. It's I don't even know how to like really describe like what what it is, right? It is its own true different type of event too, because
Yeah.
it is focused on giving back and kind of really a fan aspect as well. So,
Yeah.
which is super cool.
Yeah, like he uses the power of influencers and stuff like that to make sure they're getting there. He's grabbed NHL players like Forsberg last year. So, and what did Bobby Ryan played last year as well. So like he's it's different. Like you said, it's not like your typical roller tournament that we see.
Yeah,
It is different in the fact that it's not all about just like, hey, we want to watch the best
it's
games.
really like you said, like that influencer growing the game, but also giving back because it's the Wish Cup. And that All Star game was like kind of like the main focus the last couple of years.
Yep. Yeah, and skills competition. So he does a good job at making it a real event, right? Like at the end of the day, making like a big event that kids can watch and see some of these influencers or pro athletes like competing right there. And the facility, I haven't got to go there. You were there like the first tournament weekend with State Wars.
Yeah, it's
But
a beautiful facility. Absolute
yeah.
beautiful.
And this time of year is a little easier than like when you were there. Fall, it's tough because the weather's tough there. But oh man, you almost missed your mouth with that one.
I did on the new couch, bro.
Yeah,
Hopefully
new
my
couch.
fiance's not
Yes.
watching this.
But yeah, right. But yeah, awesome event. And it's another one that like, with that and Legends, they're like nice, and even Colorado Cup, good little warm-up tournaments for maybe the full pro teams aren't getting in there, but there's always a handful of guys on each team and spread out evenly, which usually makes it more competitive as well, right? Like you're not having
Yeah.
like these stacked teams just blow teams out. So I know last year there was like, teams are always gonna have stupid ass drama and stuff like that. I remember like the Puff Puff Passers last year or the Tighty Whities, one of those two teams was like, complaining about stuff, but like at the end of the day, they've never run a tournament. They don't know what goes into it. So
Yeah, no, no. I mean, it is funny, like when you see that, and especially when it's a tournament like that, where it is like they're giving back, right?
yeah,
And
it's charity. Like, what are we
yeah,
talking about
yeah,
here?
exactly. Like fucking, you're out to lunch, bro, and I'm sure people will
That's
chirp,
it.
but it is what it is, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
it's definitely a great event. And like you said, and then you got SummerSlam right after that, which is a good another tune-up tournament for a lot of the East Coast teams. It winds up being a lot of New York, New Jersey, pretty heavy in that realm. But Skate Safe got new they had a new still mat in there too, so that's gonna be cool. Like that they're hosting the tournament on the new Stilly because that floor was great for a while, but it was just getting torn up after a while as
yeah,
well.
that is huge. That is huge.
Yeah, so it's another that's a sick place, like because it's so small in there, like and it's tight, and like it just I don't know, it has a good vibe to it when you walk in there too. So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's I kind of that's like the lineup honestly going into the summer, and we're gonna send it over to the pod right now. Send it over to Vince Free. This was a fun one, dude. It was it's cool because it's also like a buildup of making his own organization, right? Now he has something to do with the IRHL in Illinois, and it's kind of like following. It's like a blueprint too, like how Palma did, and he played with Palma too, so it's really cool to see. I think it should happen more in roller, just kind of the way that he does it. Obviously, everyone doesn't have the means to do it like he does, but maybe there is a way, there's a how for people as well too. So
yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Like he talks about giving back a lot in it, and that's exactly what he's doing with, the benefit that he does have. So it's awesome. They get to use his, business to help fund something and hopefully grow it, right? So he talks about his youth teams in it, the RHL, all of it. So it really does tell the story about how it came about. And, there's some tidbits in there,
yeah,
some tidbits
roster
about the
releases.
roster, roster release, and even he said, like, when you're running a team, it changes constantly. So it's like a living organism at that point. But yeah, it's a good one, and it's good because he's a guy that we haven't had on, so it's nice to get a new face on there as well. So it was good to interview him and talk some MyWall stuff in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, send it over to the pod.
Them we kind of
Sure.
just like we're right into it here. So welcome back to the Roller Dad News Podcast. It's been a while, but we have a great one here for everyone today. We have Vince Free, the man behind the Labeda Freez. This team is a team that started out in the men's plat division, had teams in other men's divisions as well, now making their way to the pro division. Vince also on Team USA Masters team, which are going to be headed over to Germany just a few days from now. So Vince, welcome to the Roller Dad News Podcast. Let's start off right from the top. How are you feeling going into Germany the next few days here to play and represent Team USA?
Yeah, man. Well, thank you guys for having me. It's been a long time coming. Hard to pin all three of us down at the same time with how busy we
Busy.
are.
I think we've tried it a couple weeks, months.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
it's been a long time. I mean, dude, there's so much has happened since we started talking at right after Winter Nationals, and it did. But it's finally good to be here. Make some time here as I'm packing to go to Germany in 3 days. I'm sure by the time this gets released, I'll be on a plane heading to Germany later this week or whenever. I don't know your schedule, but feel good. Yeah, it's our team is loaded with some serious talent. So I'm feeling really good. Been doing a lot of training. So on a lot of crazy supplements. So I feel like I'm Superman right now. I'm
Not
ready.
too many, not too many, you know.
you guys have a you guys have a deep roster too. You got Lee Sweat too. That's somebody that I haven't seen in a while, but I know him and his brother Billy Sweat. They were
Yeah,
nasty. So
I
yeah,
grew up with
so
those guys. I'm from Wisconsin. I don't know if you guys know the history there, but I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I kind of grew up under the Peter Dale regime, if you will, playing roller hockey. And me and Andy Cripps, my line mate in USA, dude, he's a beauty. He Yeah, so we are from Wisconsin, not really a big roller hockey community, but we'll travel down to Illinois a lot and play with the Sweats and Pat Lee and all those guys and Dan Costanza and my boy Danny Costanza is going to be making a return to USA too. On the Legends team with CJ Yoder, dude, I'm so pumped to watch the old Mudcats get back together and play some
Yeah.
hockey, dude.
We were just talking about that roster, and Rob's like, "Did you see that team?" I'm like, "Holy shit, this is like Mudcats 2.0." Like,
Oh, it is, man.
But then
there needs to be a film crew out with all three of these teams. Could you imagine the stories that come out of these tournaments? It's probably insane.
So we do have Darren Goodwin's video guy coming out. We're flying him out to video our games to get some highlights and some content. I don't know if we paid him to videotape us going out to the bars. I don't think you guys want to see that.
Yeah, that's an after hours thing.
yeah, that's
Yeah, not
yeah, that
Germany.
RDN after hours for sure.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be good.
who are you looking forward most to? I guess you could say play with on your team. You know, you guys have a loaded roster. I know you said Cripps is your liney, but is there a particular player that you're excited to get to be on the floor with?
Man, it's the team is very similar from last year, but we have some new faces. My old line mate from Palma, Brandon Barnett's coming out. I haven't played with Barnett in a minute, so he used to be my line mate on Palma. Um, dude, I'm excited to get on the floor at least sweat. I haven't played hockey with that guy in years. Tommy Bruce, Marchant, those guys weren't there last year. Those guys are some St. Louis
Tomahawk
dudes.
Bruce.
Tommy Bruce and Marchant. I mean, dude, you guys ain't kidding, man. The team is defensively, we're absolutely stacked, but I'm excited to get out with all of them, man. I mean, all of them. Lemansky and Marty Guads, and we got Shaw coming out from Missouri too, and Tosh, and dude, we're just the boys are loaded. Jimmy McGrath. It should be fun.
The boys got you guys got a group chat going, or
We do.
is
We,
it
we
starting to
have
fire?
a
Is it
group
starting
chat
to
going.
fire up or
JP
what?
Susko's the
Oh.
best guy in the entire chat.
I could see him like be one of those guys in the chat that just answers his own question, just kind of talks to himself throughout the whole day. Just people are double tap liking it and stuff.
Oh, dude. Susko, if you guys ever had a chance to play with that guy, he is by far like one of the best teammates anyone could ever ask for. He's just hands down the awesome guy.
I played against him when he was out here in the East Coast for a while, and then he moved out to California, and I didn't see him for like a couple years. And we went out a day early. He like brought us out in Huntington Beach, took us around, like kind of, and right? You get into a day with him, and you never know where it's going to take you. But he's
Yep.
definitely a good guy to probably get that chat fired up. What made you like kind of get involved with the USA stuff? Like, did someone approach you? Did you approach them? Because it isn't, the same as like the USAR stuff, really, right? It's kind of separate on its own.
Right, it is. It's that MIWA or whatever, however the acronym is for that. So, honestly, it's obviously I knew about the USA, that division of USA World Cup hockey, and having the three divisions: Masters, Legends, and Vets. So it's 38s, 45s, and 50s. I heard about it, and like when I was turning 38, I was pretty interested in it. And Robb Sherman was a coach, so and I played for Robb on the Palma team basically for probably 16 years until I moved to Texas, and then so I just hit up Robb. I'm like, hey, what's the deal? What is this? And so he started telling me or whatever, and it's more of like you need to be playing in all the tournaments. You need to be out there. You need to be, prove yourself that you're playing at a high level, you're in shape and all the, then it's basically invite only. I mean, there's no formal tryout for that. You just need to be at the tournaments and showing up and playing well. And then Robb is going to pick you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean with this Masters 35, this 35 plus team, do you guys do like your scouting too? Like you guys play Czech, Brazil, Slovenia, Ireland. I know it's hard, it's roller, right? We only can do so much to find out who they're bringing, but do you guys do your own little like scouting and stuff to see like who's Czech's bringing?
Yeah, if you guys want intel on anyone, any team, you just hit up Cripps.
I was just gonna say he's like the
Cripps has player cards
encyclopedia.
on Cripps already has trading cards on every player, man, and team.
Okay.
He's our dude. he's one of our captains on that squad. He's not only an awesome guy, but he's super knowledgeable about the game of hockey. And I look up to his knowledge, and I look up to the way he looks at the game and sees the game. And he's got a pretty good gut check on what team, who's bringing who, and how to play against them. So yeah, I mean, last year when we won, I really thought France was going to, I really thought France and Italy was going to be different, right, and bring it. But quite frankly, Sweden is the team that shocked all of us. Sweden was really good. But obviously Canada is the team to beat. Canada always brings a solid, strong team. And last year they brought a team better than the team they brought the year before when USA won. And it's just, that Canada keeps stacking the deck to try to win this thing. And don't ever count them out, dude. They're very talented. Don't count any of them out, honestly. Like, I don't know if Czech wasn't there last year, so I don't know how good Czech's going to be. I have
Yeah.
no idea who's coming.
Yeah, and it's just like and even just the stateside tournaments, like every year you try to get better, right? And we'll get into that in a little bit, but especially internationally, like if you have a bad showing, it's on such a large scale that Czech's gonna, they should be really good. In Sweden, we talk about Sweden all the time. They're like low key good. I remember we were watching them a couple years ago in the men's division. They were making some noise, and we thought they were going to make a little run too. It depends on who they bring, right? And at the end of the day, it's who can make it. Like you were saying, when you select this team, you're trying to get guys that not only you want, but they can go, right? It's a huge commitment to go to a different country. So it's definitely going to be
it is. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work and time off of work, right? I mean, you want to fly out there a couple days before the event just to kind of get your feet under you, right? With the time change and everything. And outside of that, the way they have the tournament structured, it's so long because they play one game a day. And there's 4 games, and then a playoff the next day. Dude, you're there for freaking 6 days just playing hockey.
Yeah.
One game a day until playoffs, maybe twice a day, and then you're done. And by the time you fly home and 2 days get there, 2 days back, dude, it's a 10-day trip, man. And so it's a commitment.
Who's running the company while you're gone? Because last time we tried to get you on the podcast, you were like, I think you're on like your only vacation. So I don't know who's going to run the company.
Yeah, no, Freeez construction will be just fine. We have an office of 13 people and
Good.
3 or 4
some
full-time
GCs.
project managers, and we're dialed in, man. We got all the right
Got some
people
good
in place for
GCs
that.
on board to keep things afloat while you're gone, right?
Yeah, dude, we'll be.
Anth's just trying to sneak in that.
I'm in the
Anthony, what are you trying to do, man? What are you
just trying to sneak in that terminology just to sound like familiar with what's going on.
It. General contractor. Well played,
did you ever do any concrete coatings? Now get into it.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. Anyway, so we're gonna get back on the rails here, Anth. So one of the big reasons why we did want to get you on here is Freeez, Labeda Freez. You guys played men's platinum last year, and I believe the year before too. But you guys really, just frankly, made a name for your guys' self right off the jump, and really just dominated. You guys in Palma, 2 of the top 2 teams in men's platinum year after year. So, can you give us a little background? You guys are jumping into the pro scene now. Like, how did Labeda Freez come about, and why was it created?
Yeah, so a little background on that. Like when I was playing hockey and I moved to California, I kind of got involved in the Palma team, and I was basically playing platinum forever. And I had a couple year run where I played for Peter Dale's USA Clinics Pro team for a little bit, but outside of that, I mean, I was basically a player for life, and just I didn't want to go anywhere else. And because the culture was so good, they took such good care of us, and there was no reason why I would go play anywhere else. It was so fun. And getting to talk with Master Mike and getting to understand his story and how he started his company and legacy and why he does what he does for the Palma team, it was really inspiring. And I knew I was an entrepreneur at heart.
Did you call him Master Mike?
Yeah, Master.
I love that.
Master Mike, bro.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that.
Yeah. So, the Nigers are so generous, probably too generous, to be honest with you, but they're such good people, and what they've given in the sport. I would just tell Mike, man, if I'm eventually gonna do this one day. I had plans to start a company, and just finally getting pushed to do it and start was a very nerve-wracking, but a blessing in disguise because honestly, with how it took off and how hard we worked at it, it was so cool to leave California because I didn't want to have a company in California, establish that business in Texas for obvious reasons. But honestly, at that point in my life, dude, I was probably 37-ish, kind of done with hockey, kind of done playing, all the crazy tournaments and traveling so much. And I was like, you know what? I've been doing this a long time. I'm good. I don't want to do this anymore. It's kind of ran its course. And then honestly, I went to Denton and I played some roller hockey in Denton and I started playing with some guys and I'm like, these guys are pretty good. So I started talking to them, Justin and Jordan Greenberg, and I'm like, do you guys play tournaments at all? Chris Trept is there. I'm talking to Trept,
Dude.
and I'm just like, what do y'all do, man? And he's like, yeah, we'll go to like tours and stuff. Let's go to tours and just kind of play in like the double A division or single A or whatever it was. And I'm like, man, you guys are actually like, I could work with this. Like, there's something here. And then like at that time, the company started taking off, and I'm like, hey, let's create a Texas team. And at the time, I didn't really have like a name to go with it. And because I knew Peter Dale forever and everyone knew who Farm Tough was, I call up Peter. I'm like, hey man, I want to piggyback your name. It'll help us get our name out there. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And just we had the Freeez Farm Tough team for a while, and same Texas guys, right, as the Labeda Freez guys. And then as it grew and my company was really the sole sponsor, I'm like, hey, we're gonna turn this into the teal wagon here, and because that's our company colors is teal, and like we're gonna be, and no one else really has a roller hockey team that's teal, so I'm like, dude, we're going teal. And so we just honestly started playing a bunch of hockey together, and with Peyton and Justin and Jordan Greenberg and McKinney and all these guys, really good hockey players from Texas. Um, and dude, it was just we started freaking playing Platinum Division and winning, and we were good, and it was fun again. Like roller hockey became fun for me again, and it was really cool to just start giving back and sponsoring that team, and paying for this and paying for that, and just really giving back to the sport that I love, and which has done so much for me because I've met so many great people doing this. So that was really a fun blessing too. And now here we are with multiple programs and multiple things going on, and we're sponsoring the state wars division now for the pro division for the women, which I think is so cool to give back to that division. Hooked up with Costanza for his kids teams, and now there's going to be 140 kids wearing Labeda Freez stuff in these divisions, and it's just blew up. It just blew up, man. It's been really a cool thing.
You probably never like projected that was gonna happen from just like that men's team
No.
playing in Denton.
No, it was a men's team, dude. It was a men's team. I think we played single A one time. I don't even know. No, I mean, and those guys are good hockey players, and so like it was last summer after we won Narch back to back. We're like, hey, a lot of the guys on the team are like, hey, we're still young. We want to maybe take a shot at pro. Do you care? I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, y'all can have fun with that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. You guys can. Our platinum team will be just fine. I mean, we'll get some good players to fill in the roles that you guys are, going to be vacating. Yeah, sure shit, dude. We played pro this winter. That was our first run at it, and honestly, we should have won that final, against Angle. Watching that back, I'm like, wow, we missed 3 breakaways and we're up 3-1. I'm like, wow, that was like we literally could have won that game 6-2.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know,
it sounds like it's pretty, so it was really player driven to make that jump up into the pro division.
it was.
And, with your support, I mean, just like you talked about the Nijars, right? They've supported that team and look how good they've been. So you could really be on the brink of something really special, with your support, your passion for the game. I mean, Rob and I kind of looked at each other when you started talking about giving back, giving back, giving back. I mean, that's what it's all about at the end of the day, right? You want to do something good for the guys that are playing for you to make them feel as close to a pro hockey player as possible, right? So
Sure.
pretty player driven. So
Mhm.
was there any reluctancy from you though to like make that pro jump, or like, because like you said, now you got to backfill in the men's flat
No,
team. So like,
he
how
wants
are
to
you going
win.
about that?
Yeah, man. No, it's honestly, dude, there was no reluctance. No, I wasn't at all. I mean, I had a chance to play with the pro guys in Colorado and play Colorado Cup in the pro division and get ready for Germany, which is a fun tournament. That Colorado Cup is awesome. That was
Yeah,
so fun,
how was that tournament? They're close friends of mine that run it, and I think personally that's one of the nicest rinks, like low key in the nation.
dude.
It is
Yes,
taken care
Parkers.
of very well. The locker
yes,
rooms, beautiful,
yes.
NHL size, but it's a very nice rink. So the
Awesome
boys,
rank, awesome people, great tournament. It was ran very well. We played a lot of really good. We played a lot of really good pro players and Pi teams, and the Arizona college kids came out and brought their team, and I mean, and they were good. I mean, and they brought Eton and had him on his team, and their team, and it was a very good division. It was good. I mean, you know, Saturday was tough. We played 3 games, and like our first 3 round robin games were just like, eh, we didn't really play that well. I'm dying on the bench. I can't breathe in the freaking thin air, dude.
It's
I'm buying the
brutal.
I'm buying the freaking air canister
oxygen.
in the bench. I'm
Yeah,
like oxygen. I'm
the
like
O2s.
pumping myself with oxygen. And then all the guys are like, give me some of that. So Sunday, once we figured it all out, I mean Sunday, we kind of ran the table on Sunday. 1-8-0 in our quarters and
Not a big deal.
6-1 and 5-2 or 5-1. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was good. It was fun. But
yeah.
that was not our entire pro team. We have a lot of really good ads and pickups this summer that I'd be happy to spill the beans with y'all because a lot of people don't know about it yet.
Yeah, you
And
know what?
I've been keeping it a secret.
Yeah,
You,
so
you took our next question.
yeah, you did. I do want to ask about one player though that I'm assuming he's going to be on this team. Um, Novak.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Before
Yeah.
we start this, can you just talk about Novak and like I've been telling Anth for the last year and a half, he is like he's back. Like and I even message him all the time. The kid's back. And when I say back, he like loves the game. He's so into it and it's just like you don't see a lot of players with a smile on his face. And I was playing him in Paiha and just, looked over, big smile on his face, and like it's so cool to see him back into this roller scene and have someone like him back in it. Can you just like, I don't know, just talk about Novak a little bit, like have him on your team.
Sure. He's actually probably he's in better shape than he ever was. He's a better hockey player than he was 10 years ago. He's playing his best hockey right now. Uh, talk about a guy who's turned his life around, right? Like was so good at hockey, got into this and that, kind of just fell off health wise. I don't know, like just personal life. And then like really just I admire the shit out of that guy for how he turned everything around and Jack got so dedicated to the craft and just loves hockey again. And just like you said, he's always smiling. He's the most, thoughtful guy too. And he's always thank you this and thank you that. And just the coolest guy to have on the team. And he's just always he can calm you down too. You get nervous for a game. He's like, oh man, we got this. Don't worry about it. We got this. It's all good. And he's
Yeah, it's
smiling.
nose.
Yeah, Nose is the best, dude. He's awesome, man. He's a beauty for sure. So
Cool.
yeah,
Yeah, I am I saw him playing Black Ice last Palma Pro and he just, you just saw it, and I know he played with you guys too quite a bit throughout the season, but playing Palma Pro with them. And I'm just happy to see him back in the pro scene playing roller because he's a good guy.
I'm happy to see him on our team.
I am too, yeah.
Sure.
In the teal. He does look good in teal.
He
Yeah.
does, man.
We
Teal
and
pops, man.
we love your jersey. Like we talked about it before. Like your jerseys are fresh, and like I like like Rob's even rocking the color right on his hat right now. So
I
I
like
think he did that on purpose.
I
But
like it.
so what's this roster looking like at this point? Because I think the
Let's-
word's kind of
let's
gotten
drop
out
it.
there at this point that you guys are making your way into the pro scene, right? We've mentioned it in a couple pods, but like, so what's your roster looking like? I know you probably had the Greenberg brothers on there, right?
Yep.
Guys, they're gonna
Yeah,
give that.
no, for sure. I mean, between that and Peyton is a stud. That guy, shout out to him. He was our best player in Colorado. at Colorado Cup. Peyton played insane. That guy by playing Pihad and all those games, man, that guy tore it up. And obviously Novak. Uh, the roster it's kind of forever changing and evolving because we have some guys can't commit to us. Like Don Carter can't commit to us for other tournaments, but since his Rage Cats aren't going to Narch, he'll play with us there, right? So we'll, Gibb and
Gibb. I love
maybe
Gibb.
Glover, and then maybe Glover if he's not playing with Rage Cats in this tournament, and we can pick him up for that. But two big pickups I'm really excited about. We got the two boys from Czech Republic coming in.
Okay.
They were on the Snipers last year. So
Jakob and
Jakob?
Merrick.
yep.
There we go.
You're gonna love Jakob. He's the
Jakob's
man, dude.
Jakob might be one of the biggest beauties.
How about
Like,
how about last year when when did he lose his equipment at
So,
Palmer
did
last
you
year?
hear about what happened to Jakob last year?
No.
Oh man, so Jakob he's driving to the game, first game, Palma game in St. Louis. His bag's open, and I guess is all of his gear flew out on the side of the road on the highway. Semi hit his brand new tour skates, everything, right?
They
So
were
he
all flattened on the side of the road.
they're everything. His jersey, sniper's jersey, this just has tire marks all over it. So he comes in and I'm in I'm working for State Wars, so I'm just sitting in there. He comes in, he's like, "Hey, I need to borrow your skates." I'm like, "You don't need my skates. You got your skates." And he's like, "No," and he's like trying to tell all this to me in like broken Czech or
Oh yeah.
broken English, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
"What? Like, what's going on?" And yeah, anyways, long story short, he had to use like half of my gear. He's using like different skates, and yeah, and still scored like 2 goals. Just
Yeah.
beauty.
He's a beauty, and so we got him for tours in State Wars.
Nice.
Nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And are you getting Lost Scott as well? To see the other one?
Man, those two names. I gotta look. I
Usually, I mean, they were
Yeah,
two
if
that
it's the
were
two
coming
snipers
over.
guys, then yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
lot.
yeah,
slot.
yeah,
whatever.
it's-
There
yeah.
you go.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's another one. He's a pure goal scorer. He's a beast. So I played against those guys a couple times. I played with Jakob before, and
Yeah.
you're gonna love him because he's another guy, like you said with Novak, please and thank you type of guy. Super appreciative of everything. You know what I mean? Just
Oh
a
yeah,
humble
for
guy.
sure.
And then you get a couple in him, and he starts talking, and it's pretty funny. So you're gonna have a
Yeah.
ball with that guy.
Yep, yep. Obviously, you guys know Dean Moore.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's obviously a front runner for our team. He's a leader, man. He bought into the culture and the team, and that's kind of what we want too, man. We want culture people, team guys. We've said no to people that are just phenomenal hockey players, but just they're bad juju and it's me, and that's not our style. Nor do I want that as a brand, So I'm big on brand, I'm big on culture, I'm big on people, and so we're creating something different. I think it's going to be contagious over time, and it's helped even with the replacing the platinum guys we lost. We've gained a lot of good platinum players coming in. So we have some good surprises at Narch, that we have some good platinum players that are going to be shockers for some people. Like, wow, okay.
You've been reading the Tyler Craft recruiting book. This is what it sounds like here.
Yeah.
This is what Craft's doing like every day, 5 days a week.
Tyler Craft is on that phone right now after he's listening to this.
No, I know. Yeah, we got I think Troy Loggins is playing with us as well.
Okay, it's a good pickup. Yeah.
Huge pickup.
And then obviously the other names are guys that are just ebbs and flows coming in and out because some are playing State Wars. They have to play State Wars with that team, but they're going to play Narch with us, or they are going to play Tours with us, but they have to go play Narch with them. A couple of that, which is fine. So again, we're year one. Do I have high expectations? Of course, I want to win. But ultimately I want to go and compete and really I want to shake up a pro division that has been stale for some time with the same three top teams, to be honest with you.
I love that. So is who's spearheading that net? Big. I love Tendy. I love the Tendies. So is Chucky? Is he spearheading that net?
Chucky's on the team. I
Okay.
mean, but we're in this league, you need two goalies, and we're in some talks with some pretty big names right now for some goalies, and nothing. I wish I could spill beans on that, but we don't have full commitments yet from anybody. But we have a hell of a start there. So
Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice stacked roster too. And the guys, coming in and out like the Don Carter, Brian Gibb, the Glovers, those are the guys you want on your team because they are the type of brand you want representing you. They're,
100%.
yes, thank you guys. And they're
Yep.
just, they're pure roller guys too. They're not
Yeah.
just gonna treat it as,
Mhm.
whatever and just like show up and be like, what is this? Like they through and through love the game and they actually, love the support.
Yeah,
And
I mean, if you got to give, if you, I mean, the biggest shock, and you guys will see it this summer, is how hard Justin and Jordan Greenberg have been training and working for this. And man, I skate with them on Saturday mornings, dude, at 7 a.m. And we don't scrimmage. We do drills for an hour, and they are bulldogs, dude. And they, watch back some of that tape, and you see Justin Greenberg is one of the fastest guys on the floor. He's got 2, 3 steps, and he's running people down. And I mean, the guy's a bulldog, and Jordan's just a freaking buffalo. Who I mean, these guys can shoot, they can score. I mean, um, that is going to be in my opinion, it's going to be exciting for me to watch them play and just listen to the commentating about like where the hell did these guys come from?
I remember, I guess it was 2 or 3 winter nationals ago, just like sitting there talking with both of them. Probably like first time you guys really jumped in the men's plat. And
Yeah,
I mean, they've wanted this for a while. I remember them like talking like, hey, we want to eventually, this is new to us, this roller thing. Like, what they're ice guys, right? And had pretty
yeah,
good ice careers too, right?
yeah,
And I remember talking to them. So they, I mean, you got to figure 2, 3 years, they've been kind of like, nipping at the heels, wanting to get in this pro division. So it's awesome that you're seeing a progression with the team, right? And then, who knows what it turns into, right? Like you look at how Palma has all these teams and, all these organizations. Black Ice did it for a while. So it's nice that hopefully you can get into the youth things as well and the
yeah.
women's pro and all that stuff. And if you build a good culture, people are going to want to play for you. I'm sure your phone blows up or your Instagram blows up. People are like, hey, you need a guy, right?
Yeah, I get a
So
lot of that.
yeah,
It's
so
not
you're
that I'm
probably like,
ignoring
I don't
y'all. It's
know
just
you.
that,
Where are you from? So
yeah, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just it's a long wait list of like, man, and
You're just
last
not the
team.
player I'm looking for.
It's not you, it's me. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
exactly.
But
classic.
I mean, there's like I asked on my Instagram, I'm like, hey, let's ask me anything type thing. Like, what do you want to talk about? And everyone's like, dude, are you gonna do a 40 plus team? I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, 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 absolutely. So
why
for
why
like,
wouldn't I?
yeah, yeah, I mean, why not?
So I mean, I want to do that. I want to do 40 plus team. I got to get that dialed in. We even have like a single A gold team, if you will, that we are going to be launching this summer too. Just getting more Freeez teal out there on the floor. So we're going to try to expand the divisions and ultimately women's pro team hopefully next year.
So a woman's pro team as well too.
Hmm.
Nice.
That's what I was gonna ask because you're sponsoring that division right at Palma. So I figured that was like kind of on the cusp anyway. So that's awesome because we talk about all the time. It just needs more women playing. And once they get into it, they love it too. Just like you fell in love with it and the community and everything like that. So that just needs to keep growing. And I think you're the right guy behind it, doing the right thing, like with State Wars and getting behind it.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about that. It should be fun.
Yeah,
Stay working.
can you elaborate a little more on that? Like how did that relationship come with you and State Wars? You
Mhm.
now becoming the the proud sponsor and the name of the it's called the Labeda. Is it the Freeze Cup Showdown or the Freeze Show?
Yeah, it's gosh, you're gonna put me on the spot here.
It's
God.
the Freeze Showdown. It's the Freeze Showdown.
Yeah, yeah, the women's pro
Yeah.
shut on something like that.
Yeah.
No, Tim reached out to me. He's like, hey man, I'm trying to grow this division more and want to get, I want to boost this thing up. What do you think? And I mean, I've known Timmy forever. Growing up, I played on his Snipers D1 team. Man, I've been playing State Wars with Timmy since year one in Illinois. I mean, dude, I go way, way back. I still have my Wisconsin jerseys from State Wars years 1 through 4. Like I have those in a bin in my garage. So let me tell you, man, like what the opportunity to help Tim and give back to the sport for the women who are so freaking talented, and let's raise their prize pool. So I said I'm in, dude. Let's do it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's like you said, and the sport's growing too tremendously in the
Yeah.
women's area. You know, the women's hockey, they just had their own draft tournament the past week, and like how many girls and women just like flew all over the country to come there. It's a great
It's
telling for the
awesome.
game.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Michigan a lot this summer.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
mean, God, I'm proud. I'll be there for the pro division for men's and the women's pro division. Obviously, I want to be there when we get to hand out that check, and I'll be there for our double A team as well, which is the most stacked, hardest division I've ever seen in men's. Like the men's double A at State Wars is insane.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, it's
very
like the hardest
competitive
division to
though.
win.
Yeah, it's very competitive. That's what I love about it, because
Yeah,
it is hard to win. You don't know really. There's like 7 teams that really can come out on top. I
yeah.
remember we used to take our Colorado team, and I think we took got to semifinals a couple of times, but then you
Mhm.
run into those teams like a Missouri. I think we
Yeah,
ran into Missouri and the Mud Snakes or
exactly.
something, and they might have one better pro player than and
Mhm.
it does make a little difference, but it is such a fun division to play in.
And you get all the ice hockey guys who like maybe they don't play roller year round, but they're playing like ECHL or AHL, and they just step on the floor, and every time they touch the puck, it's like back bar get shot. So it's like it's
Yeah.
always one of those things. No, it's also cool, and I'm just looking at this is that the women's pro is going to be aligned with the men's pro as far as dates
Yep.
go. Usually they're offset like a day or two. So I think
Yep.
that's going to be pretty sweet that you're going to have this. You're going to have the Palmer Pro playing the qualifier.
Yeah.
You're going to have the Palmer Pro Invitational, and then you're going to have the Freeez Women's Pro Showdown. So you're going to have basically from the 24th to the 27th, just like tons of hockey being played. So
Yeah. It's gonna
some
be
high level
fun.
hockey. So it's going to be pretty sweet. And then you're staying out there for the men's, which starts in July. So you're really in one here. So you're in it for the
Yeah.
long haul. That's dedication right there.
Gonna get some real estate in Michigan this summer.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. It should be good. And then all those kids teams, man.
Yeah.
I got all those are you guys familiar with Dan Costanza and his
Yeah.
program?
Yeah.
What he's doing there? I mean, he's created this uh program in Illinois, IRHL
Yep.
and the Illinois Roller Hockey League. I mean, he had 150 kids show up
Insane.
to
That's
try
awesome.
out for these teams. And his kids, like Dan's kids, are really, really good hockey players, and their teams like win every tournament they play and go undefeated. And so they're going to be rocking the Freeze jerseys this year. And yeah, so we'll see if they do well. We're gonna have to get all Bauer teal helmets for those kids, and I know they're gonna want them. So
That's,
we'll
I mean,
see.
that's even better. I mean, honestly, because the way the sport's going to continue and grow is at the youth level, and it just
Yeah,
needs good people to show them the way, at the end of the day. So that's pretty awesome that you're doing that. And I know his brother Mark pretty well. He
Mark's
used to do
awesome.
Tour Cup series out here.
Mhm.
So I used to help him run tournaments and stuff, and he's a
Yeah,
great guy too. So they're a great family to
yep,
be
they really
involved with.
are.
Dan Costanza might be like one of the funniest coaches to watch coach when he's coaching his kids and like the younger kids. He's a great coach. They win all the time, but
Yeah,
he gets into it, and I absolutely love it. You just don't have a lot of coaches like that anymore, and that's something that I do love. It's probably a reason why they win all the time too.
absolutely.
So
Nice.
I got a question I wanted to ask about the pro division. We're talking about rosters, and somebody that is you're building your own team, your own pro team, and I see this issue a lot. A lot of players jumping ship to ship, and that's roller, right? That's what roller is. What would you think about like a roster lock? If there was some type of roster lock within the 3, 4 pro tournaments that by this date, May 1st, you have to have your roster locked. Whether you're playing with just Freeez or Palma, you have to have it turned in, and that's that.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Do you
I don't
think
hate
that could work?
I don't hate it. You would need some type of governing body behind that. Yeah, you would need like the RHA to like be more involved in that.
Or anybody else.
Yeah.
Or anybody else really. I mean, or Roller Dad News can get behind that and put a
Let's
lot
talk.
more.
That's
Let's go, guys.
ready for your
It's a
next
good
endeavor.
idea, honestly, because it is such there is a lot of jumping and moving around year after year after year. And I mean, is it sad that we have to say that's just roller hockey? Does it have to be like that, right? But
No.
here we are as a new team where we're picking guys that are kind of unhappy on their current situations and bringing them to our team. So we're kind of doing it too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're doing it early enough. I feel like you, like Rob said, if there is a locked date, right? And it could be different for every tournament too, right? But it's just one of those things where you see it too often, like the week of, it's like a guy's jumping ship and you're like,
it
oh
should be
shit, I
June
thought I had that
1st.
guy.
Yeah, June.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
June 1st, submit your roster of 16 people or that you're thinking about bringing and it's I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, that's not a bad idea
And
to
it's
lock
probably
that in.
good for someone running a team too, because how flaky are these guys sometimes? We're like, damn, I just want it. Yes. You know what I mean? So it could help
Oh,
like
the
the people running
investment's
the team.
huge too, man. Like the hotels ain't cheap. You're buying four
Yeah.
hotels for 4 nights. I mean, you're in $7,000 like that just on hotel rooms. I mean, it's that investment and like you want to do stuff for these teams and players and stuff. So I mean, it's like I know playing for the Nigers, like what they invested and spent, like that doesn't go unnoticed to me. I'm very grateful for all of that because dude, it's not cheap. Hotels are expensive now.
Yeah.
Hotels are 250 bucks a night, 200 bucks a night, whatever they are. Like that stuff adds up. Like, it's don't if you're a player out there, don't and you have a team paying for your hotel, do not take that for granted at all. Don't take it like that. That's a big deal. I mean, that's
Yeah, I
hotels
need
are
to like
expensive.
refinance my house to get my Airbnb for Narch. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is nuts, dude. I'm taking out a
Yeah,
loan.
dude, it's wild. That's a good idea though. I never thought of I did
It.
Airbnb 1 year. It's actually a good deal for a whole team.
Yeah, and I think with if you're able to do that, I think you will see more teams that would be willing to do the things like you do, Palma does, and it kind of sets a blueprint, and it Roller's got to start to grow from somewhere, and from the Nigers now to you, it's there's not many teams, there's really no teams that do both what you guys do, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I mean between us two and Car Shield, I mean
exact car shield,
what
yes,
else are you gonna? I mean, yeah, it's and honestly, it's not that you know we're trying to be the new big bad wolf in town. Like, listen, we're just trying to come in and be a respectful, hard playing hockey team. People respect and honestly, like we want to just be a winning culture and a culture of people that want to be a part of that. And that's it. And what I don't want to be the money hungry rich
yeah,
snobs out there being
Yeah.
all preppy
And,
and
and it's about
yeah,
giving
it's not
back.
me.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's about giving back, like your players giving back, whether it's they hop on a bench for one of those kids' games. And maybe it's like, hey, this guy
Mhm.
plays on the pro team and he's going to help coach one of these kids' teams, right? Like that probably goes so far with those kids to be like, oh my God, there's pro roller hockey. I could do that one day. He's on our bench, you know?
Hmm.
So it's just like, you said it like with the car shields, Palma, now you guys in there. So, and there's going to be growing pains. There always is, right? But if you
Yeah.
treat it professionally, do it the right way, the old saying, if you build it, they will come, right? So,
Yeah.
kind of how you're doing
Dude,
it.
Anthony, I had a guy at the rink the other day tell a guy who runs the rink, he's 14 years old, and he literally told his dad that when he grows up, he wants to play on the Labeda Freeze pro team.
Yeah. How sick is
hell
that?
yeah,
Like, what? Like
Yeah.
that's so sick,
that's a
Yeah.
thing right now? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
That probably was like the most hard work. You're going to like retire. You're like, you know what? That's it. I
Like,
don't
oh
even
my
need to play.
gosh,
Like,
sign him
that's
up
it.
already.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm
I'm
gonna
getting
sign him
there
up
with you.
early.
We're getting old. I'm getting there. It's getting to that
Signing up
side.
early.
Yeah.
But no, it does it sets like a professional type of standard, right? And that's what certain teams or roller, might need, but it does set a standard for everyone else to kind of live up to. One thing, with kids like you're talking about, social media is huge. And there's one thing that you guys do a great job at is the social media. I'm looking at it right now. You guys got your overall record. I don't think
And I
anyone
was
out
just
there,
gonna say that.
dude, the overall record 75 18-9. That's a
That's
pretty
real.
damn record.
So
Good
that's
record.
since inception. Yeah, that's platinum and pro. Swear to God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just things like that, where people are proud to be part of that brand, that team. So no, it's cool for Roller, and yeah, I love that record. I love always that it's on there.
By the way, if it wasn't for frickin' Palma's platinum team, those 8 silver medals might only be like 4.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother conversation. We
My
always kind of rip
God.
those guys like, yeah, you just need to play pro again. But I mean, I get it, where they're coming from too. They have some older guys. They're like, we don't want to do that. Like, we want to be
Yeah,
able to have some beers after the game and not feel guilty about it. So, but that's good. I
exactly.
mean, that men's plat division, I think there needs to be more teams than that. There's teams below that in men's gold that are sandbagging that need to jump up in that plat division. You know
It's
what I mean?
time. It's
And I think,
time.
with what Rob was saying too, like having a roster lock and having like, whether it's a relegation system or something like that, like looking at the roster, be like, yeah, this can't happen anymore. Like, like you said, with a governing body, I think that's gonna help too. So
No, for sure. Yeah, no, appreciate it.
Uh,
Yeah.
so going into summer, you guys are kind of like, you are the new dog. You're the new dog on the scene. You guys had a great performance at Winter Nationals, taking second, like we discussed, and then winning the first pro tournament of the summer. Is
Mhm.
there a particular team that you guys are like, you in mind? You're like, I wanna see how we do against them. That you guys are looking forward to play this summer.
Man, well, I tell you what, I know we will get matched up against Palma Car Shield or Black Ice.
Yeah, that's honestly probably going to be your schedule at one
yeah,
of the
that's
tournaments.
just
probably
Yeah,
one
it's
team.
the
that's probably your
algorithm.
schedule.
It's the algorithm. If we get all 3 of them, bring it. The best part about all our guys on our team, they don't care. They're like, bring it. Like, honestly, if you want to be the best, you beat the best, and that's their attitude. They don't care who they play. You know, I don't, I mean, I don't know how that algorithm's set up on schedule. I know the new teams always get the hardest schedule. State Wars is going to be a grind. We are a new team. We have to do the plan, right? So we are
Oh
going to have
yeah.
3 games going into State Wars just as a play-in. And when we get in, we're going to be stuck in a division playing really hard teams. And that's, you know what, that's what we're here. We're building a team to compete in that. And I understand once you're in and locked in and do so good, you're locked in, right? So, you know, don't think I didn't try to say, Tim, if I sponsor the women's pro team or division, like
Let me
my
just
team
in.
gets a bye to the, I don't have to do the playing, right?
Yeah,
You're like
right.
that
Like,
snipers
you're
team's not
funny.
in there anymore. So
Man, I tried.
Well,
I
yeah.
No.
So then, what does happen to the snipers? Is it there's two teams now that go in?
there's just 8, so there's just 8 in and then a play in pretty much. So
So then they're taking two teams.
yeah, so it's
Okay.
gonna go to
Yeah.
10 instead of
Okay.
12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So but yeah, I mean, like you said, the first year is always going to be rough. But I mean, you're probably more prepared than like most people are going into a pro tournament their first time around. So I think you're a step ahead. I think you'll be all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you guys should make some noise for sure. I mean, and you're playing tours, state wars, and Narch, right? So you're playing all 3.
Yep.
That's a commitment, man. And you're in Germany, and you did Colorado Cup. You're an official roller dad at this point. So
Yeah, buddy. I appreciate the love and support from you guys. It's cool, man.
yeah,
So
And all the
last,
retweets and stuff. It's good.
yeah.
absolutely, man. So the last question I got before we let you go here. Are you going to be playing up in the pro division with the boys?
Whew. If I do anyone, it would be tours.
Tours.
I have to play with my platinum guys at Narch, and I have to play with the guys at State Wars.
I love the
You
loyalty.
understand, like
Boys.
we're running out of Texas players for like now for State Wars. Like I have 6 guys going to play pro, so I need to fill 6 roster spots from Texas hockey players. So
Don't say that. Don't say that on here because your DM's about to blow up from that roller
Yeah.
free agent list we had.
we
Guys from El Paso that are going to be hitting you up in Texas.
I'm trying to get Lauren. Hey, I'm trying to get Lauren Barron out of retirement. He lives in Texas.
Lauren Barron lives in Texas?
Yeah,
What? Bro, get him on the squad.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Yeah, talk about Lauren Barron and his was his brother Alex Barron?
Yeah.
Dude, talk about
Where have
some
they been?
beauties.
Yeah, dude, they're absolutely studs at hockey. I don't know if they still play, but I thought Lauren was still skating with McKinney down in the Houston area, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I'll try. You know me, I'm gonna do my best to get somebody. But
Kraft is just losing it over this, just recruiting, listening to this. He's like, all right, we're staying up all night. All right, for real,
Kraft, settle down, guys. Settle
yeah.
down, Kraft.
Yeah. All right, for real though. Last question. So, if you're not playing, will you be manning the bench, or who's going to be the coach of the Labeda Freeze?
Uh,
Or do
oh,
the boys just got it and they run the
the
bench?
boys just got it, but I'm gonna be there.
There we
Yeah.
go. There we go.
I think you need
Coach
someone
Free.
back there to make decisions. You know what I
Player
mean?
coach.
It's like,
Player
yeah,
coach.
there
There
you
we
go.
go.
Yeah, Richie Dunlap, dude, player coach.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's nice. You do need someone back there just to make the hard decisions in tight games and tough situations where like you could have your best player, maybe he's having a rough game, and maybe he typically is the guy that speaks up, but he doesn't want to be like, yeah, I should be out there, but I'm having a shit game. Like it is too tough. So definitely should be behind that bench.
I'll be there.
Awesome.
There you go.
Well, hey, man, like we said, it's been a long time coming. We've tried to get you on multiple times. Finally, we got it. I'm at the rink. You're packing for Germany. Rob's in El Paso. So, you know, it's been a
Rob's
This is
in
my
Mexico.
home.
yeah. He's in El
Yeah.
Paso. Yeah. He's the only one actually not doing anything now.
Yeah.
But no, we appreciate you hopping on. It sounds like some exciting stuff for not only, you know, your pro run this year, for the USA stuff coming up in the next few days, and then obviously with the women's pro division, you doing a great thing and really bumping up the prize money for that. And obviously when that prize money gets bumped up, it's going to make it more competitive as well. So we appreciate you hopping on, taking out time from your busy schedule, and look forward to seeing you this summer.
Yeah, same Anthony. Thank you guys.
We'll see ya.